when it comes to caffeine, it very much is controversial, and I think when it came to learning the topics regarding whether or not people would use it in a cultural way, ritualistic way, or potentially overuse it or underuse it, or however, I think it really just depends on the people in the situation. So for people like myself, I wouldn't say I use it in a cultural or ritualistic way. I personally choose to avoid it, just due to the effects it has on me. It doesn't have positive effects on me. It kind of makes me anxious. But like, as far as some people, I think some people really do abuse it in a way that has a negative effect on their body, and kind of reels into a reliance on it. And I think personally that is, I think it's their choice. When it comes to things that, you can be, kind of getting, I don't want to say an addiction to, but in this sense, I will use it. When it comes to stuff like that, it's not like it's a type of drug like alcohol or, illegal drugs or anything. But in terms of like, the long-term health effects, it just really depends on, I feel like, the person's medical history and where they're at also in their life. As far as some of the situations like ritualistic, I feel like we see that less and less, just with American culture being what it is. We're very much normalizing and modernizing by day, and with so many people, so many different cultures, you just see so many different things, and it's hard to develop an idea on whether or not there's a pattern to everything. But and when it comes to, as far as just like on that topic of cultural stuff, when you go to like other cultures that take it to a different degree, such as like, for example, England, like we had that tea time assignment, and I thought it was cool to kind of sit back and realize that, like, yeah, people still do this to this day. And it shows that some cultures still take appreciation. And I don't think it's so much of the fact that it has caffeine in it that people appreciate it, but it just happens to be a part of it. And, for example, some people, take it, love St. Patrick's Day, kind of revolves around beer, which is alcohol. For some reason, that's a way that people celebrate, I guess. But for tea, like in England, like I think it's more so the tea itself, not so much the caffeine. So it just, and you're seeing things, like I said, modernize. We're in a different day and age. Technology has allowed for things to become a lot easier, so the traditional methods that things were made with, or the way certain things were done, are not being used as much, because people have a way to do it easier, and people tend to like it, done in an easier way. And for my final and closing thoughts, I want to leave with the fact that I think caffeine moving forward, with its effect on society, I mean, you're seeing, people, let's be honest, every time you go to a Starbucks, when you see an empty line, like, there are people who just, who fiend for it, and that's okay. Do I personally want to do that? No. However, I think it is okay for people to choose to do what they want. And you know what? Like, that's, Starbucks, they know if there's a market for it, you're going to sell to it. So, that's why, over the years, you didn't see Starbucks having tea back in the day, and now Starbucks has tea and, along with their coffee. But like, they're starting to realize, like, people will pay money to see, what do you call it? Well, they'll pay money to see, things of all types in a Starbucks logo, because it has been so popularized and it's easy. People have it made for them, and they'll pay a price for it. So, with that being said, I have no problem with people choosing to do what they do with their health tendencies regarding caffeine. I think whether or not it's being abused depends on the person situationally, but it's hard to say. Again, each person's body is built differently and they have the right to their decisions, and I'll stick with that.